Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next episode in what could be called The Chronicles of Boat Building, Adventures Not Yet on the Water, or what else could go wrong today. So, as I showed you, I had put tarps over the kayaks to protect them from rain that was coming in. Well, yesterday's storms were a tad bit harsher than anticipated. Left me with two things. One was no covering on the kayaks, and two were kayaks full of water. So I had to come up with another plan. I had to come along, so I got the canoes tipped up so that they sit topside down a bit, and I drained all the water. And when today hits, which they're calling for thunderstorms again, nothing should get on the inside. It also gives me a chance to look over the bottoms pretty well and make sure that I got everything done down there once the weather gets nice. But yeah, that was fun this morning. Hello again, everyone. It's now the afternoon, and it really didn't rain as bad as it said it was going to. It rained for a bit, but not like yesterday. Oh, nothing like yesterday. But while it was out raining, I went and I got another part of the boat. Let me show you. So I went and I picked up this old marine fuel tank. As you can see, I've already broken it down. Now I'm going to sand it down and repaint it. I don't think I'll put Johnson on there and Milemaster, and probably put the word gasoline maybe, but I'm going to make this look a little better. It's a nice 4-gallon tank, which is perfect for the motor I have. And yeah, it's going to be a nice bright red. If you've been watching these videos, you know that A, I've never built a boat before, and B, I'm not perfect. There are mistakes. There are things that aren't perfect that I've built, that are on the boat already. So, I am going to sand this down, all of this, sand it down and repaint it. I don't expect it to be perfect. I don't really even want it to be perfect. I want it to be as good as I can do, and I will live with that. But I want to repaint this cap, the handle, and this unit. I don't know what to call it. Top, whatever. I'm going to repaint that all black. A flat, maybe a gloss black, maybe a flat black. But first I got to hand sand some of this stuff down so that it at least has some resemblance of not just having painted over crap. But I think I will resort to a power sander for a couple minutes. This piece, as we can see, has much more complex angles. I'll see what I can do with the power sander, but probably going to have to do a lot of hand sanding. As you can see, there are two nipples here. One says fuel, one says air. Now I'm going to be using a fuel pump, so I'm not going to need this is an old style and it has a pump here to prime it with. Since I'm going to be using a fuel pump, which will automatically prime, I'm also going to not need air in the line itself going into the engine because it's a lawnmower engine, not a marine engine. Time to do this big guy. And he'll be done pretty much all with the electric sander. So here I have gotten a jug of water for two reasons. One is I'm going to wipe down, get what I can of the dust and dirt off of the tank and see if there's any spots I need to go back over that I missed. Not too worried about the bottom here, but we'll do it anyways. But the other reason is I'm going to pour this afterwards into the tank and see if there are any pinhole leaks. My guess is there are not, because this is a great old tank, probably a 50s, 60s era tank, made from some very thick metal with great machine welding on it. I don't anticipate there to be any rust holes, but you never know. And putting the water inside will also help clean it out some. I've washed the tank again, and as I said, I'm not going for perfection, but I'd say that's pretty good. That should paint up nicely. Now I'm going to throw the water in, and I've let the table and tank dry so that if I see any water, I know that it's probably from a leak. We'll let that sit for a bit. I'm going to clean up my mess a bit and come back out and see if we have any water anywhere. Let's take a look here and see what we got. This is nothing here. That's just discoloration. Looking around the base here, I see nothing that looks like any type of leak. I see no water underneath, nothing coming from the bottom. But looks like it's liquid tight, i.e. fuel tight. So I'll be working on painting this very soon, and we'll show you the finished product. So when you're on a budget, one of the things you do is you become resourceful. Now I'm going to have these hoses and tubes for the live well, and I need to secure them so that they don't move around. And I didn't want to spend $25 on a bunch of pipe or conduit hanger / securing clamps. So I have this PVC down in my pile of stuff, and one of the things about PVC is that you heat it, it becomes malleable. So I'm going to make these pipe holders out of PVC. You melt them down around a round object, and they should fit over such as this and secure it on wherever it's going to go. You see, it should work. It should be cheap. PVC doesn't rust. Like I said, it's plastic, it's malleable. It's one of the benefits of PVC. As you can see here, I'm working on one now. I have a spark plug which I know isn't going to overheat under this heat gun. So I just kind of bend it down here over it, trying to get the shape I want. Use that and 2 screwdrivers so that I keep my hands away from the heat. Come on, get under there, you sucker. And then what I've been doing is once I get it into the shape I really kind of want, which isn't going exactly smoothly at the moment, I've been splashing it with water to hopefully hold its shape. But I don't know. We'll figure it out as I go. Well, first of all, this is a very slow process. I've got 7 done. I'm going to let the heat gun cool down a little bit. And right now I'm going to drill holes so that I know where I can put the screws. And when I put the screws, I won't be cracking the PVC. So I have my gas tank painted and ready to put back together, so I'm going to work on putting it all back together now. Let's hope I can remember how to do this. I'm going to put it all back together the way it's supposed to be. This is a pump that was used to prime the gas lines, but I won't have that need for that because I'm using a electric pump. Well, it took a little bit of remembering and look at the internet, but I finally have this piece all back together, and I'm just going to screw it in now and then put it in the tank. Show you that when it's finished. As you can see, the tank is refurbished and put back together. I think it looks pretty darn good if you ask me. Not bad for an amateur. Welcome back to my boat building enthusiast friends. Today I'm going to be getting back on the actual kayaks themselves. For about the last week I've been doing a lot of prep work and setup work for stuff. While inside and on the front deck, I haven't really touched the kayaks themselves, but today we're going to get back to them. First order of business today is these back storage compartments. I was an idiot. I had resined them. They were still wet with resin when I started cutting styrofoam. So all of these little styrofoam balls got stuck in there. I need to sand down and repaint and eventually re-resin that. Wow. That's sad. That's still sticky. Time to get a sanding. What I can't believe is it's still, the resin still hasn't fully dried. I suppose because it's been really wet out here. I gotta come up with some other idea. Gotta figure out a different way to get that stuck on styrofoam pieces off. The sides I was able to sand, but I don't know about the rest of it. Let's see what I can scrape off. This ain't really working. I gotta figure out a way to get that stuff off of there. Probably dry out that resin. I think I'll get my heat gun and see if that can help. While I figure out what to do with those back bends, that was not good. Caught my finger. It's not really bleeding. So this barrel is going to hold the battery and the set of switches. I was using the heat gun to try and speed up the process of drying the resin, and I noticed two things. One, it was not effective, and it was actually causing the paint to bubble. And two, that the little styrofoam pellets started to melt away. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to use the heat gun on low power and melt the styrofoam pellets. And then I'll repaint and reseal the compartments. If you watch right here, you'll see a quick demonstration of how it melts it away. They become flat, and therefore inside the compartment I can easily paint them without them really showing up as being Hello again, everyone, on this glorious afternoon. Okay, so it's time to start plumbing up the live well. I've got the cooler, which is the actual live well itself, and then I've got this junction box, which I'm going to fit in there, and the cooler's going to go in the bay over there, and I'm going to plumb it up. Get this hose to fit around the ends here. Got to heat it up a little bit. And the hose clamp to make sure. Okay, that's one. Hello everyone. As I sit here with you on this Sunday, may the 4th be with you. Anyways, it's not looking too good out here today. It looks like it's supposed to rain. Actually, the forecast calls for rain all week So I don't think I'm going to be getting anything really done on the boat build for the next week or so. But this is the end of episode 5. I'll start off the next episode with finishing up the live well installation, and I have my battery / electrical box all ready for installation. And remember, please like, subscribe, comment, and may all your adventures be safe and fun.